It's a 90-degree scorcher here from Moon Speedway. For the EddieCrow.blogspot.com 498 from Moon Speedway. Air temperature 90 degrees. Track temperature 117 degrees Fahrenheit and 60% humidity. It's going to be a hot, action-packed day here from Moon Speedway as Chad Limburner tries to keep up in the season points. He is now one race behind. If Bill Steinbach wins today, he will fall 2 races behind, and that's a fairly large margin here early in the season. Chad Limburner is on the pole for today's Eddie Crow at blogspot.com 498. He did qualify second, but he had a late race pass in the heat race coming out of turn 4 to just edge out Bill Steinbach and begin today's event in first place. Oh my God. Oh Christ. Three, two, one. Go.
And the race is green, and Chad Limburner gets an assist from Bill Steinbach. He will have the early advantage here, and yes, he will lead lap number 1.
Both of the drivers punched the throttle there as we have a yellow flag on lap 2. Steinbach is in the cone. He was trying to cut that corner just a little bit too tight because Limburner had quite a lead going down the front stretch on the previous lap. Here they go after the restart. They're pretty close here. Limburner did not get as much of his jump here as he did on the original start of the race. Wow, we have a caution on lap 4. Steinbach just spinning Limburner around. We're already under green again. Very sloppy restart. Limburner's splitter got underneath Steinbach as Steinbach tried to push Limburner to the wall.
And Bill Steinbach lost steering exiting turn number 4. He gets into Chad Limburner. He backs his car, takes it behind the wall to do some steering repair. Chad Limburner waiting patiently at the restart line.
He's trying to readjust his steering after that race last week where he was slipping and sliding around. They made some adjustments, and now they're trying to fix them here on this beautiful day. All right, we have a side-by-side restart here, door handle to door handle, all the way down the backstretch. Steinbach looks like he can't turn again, and that really messes up Limburner, and they both cause a caution here on lap 6, yellow flag. They go around for a restart. Limburner punches the brakes. His brakes locked up there.
Steinbach comes around, takes the outside lane, and they are still fighting it out here for the lead. And Bill Steinbach hooks Chad Limburner, spins him out in turn number 1. That causes yet another caution here on lap 7. They come around, Bill Steinbach with the early advantage. Single file down the front straightaway. Limburner makes the pass to the inside. Bill Steinbach trying to use the draft to his advantage to pull up to the back of Chad Limburner. No dice.
As you can see, both of these drivers are definitely tired of having that points lockup, the back and forth wins. They want one driver to get ahead so that they can really get into a groove going into these summer months here. Lap 10, side by side. Wow! Steinbach pushed Limburner down the backstretch into turn 3. Wow.
He just lost steering yet again, and he will come around to the restart. Looks like Limburner's taking the outside lane. Steinbach flying under caution.
Looks like he lost brakes back there, too, as he could not stop from, hitting Limburner and pushing Limburner down into turn 4 wall.
And Bill Steinbach makes some heavy contact with the early part of the backstretch wall. That causes another caution. Chad Limburner takes the inside lane. Bill Steinbach comes around, takes the outside lane. A pretty dirty restart by both of these drivers, and Bill Steinbach spins Chad Limburner on lap 12.
That number 1 Corvette is really having some serious steering troubles today, especially off those restarts where he doesn't have the speed. The steering is really playing a factor in how many cautions are being caused today. Fairly good fairly good restart here as Steinbach chooses the outside lane. That pays off for him. Limburner does not get that far ahead. He's pulling slightly away now as Steinbach really is turning those corners wide. Lap 15.
Steinbach might be saving a little bit of his car here, so he does have steering at the end of this race and maybe win this one. Pull ahead in the points. That's
a fair assumption. I mean, he has noticed that his steering has not been up to par today, and he's really trying to save some energy for those last laps, maybe use any steering he got for those last laps.
Yeah, his car looks really good from the center off. He can really roll out of the throttle and get back to it early, where Limburner's got to really do some heavy braking through the corners. Lap 20.
I think what's also messing us up is he tries to go on the inside around the front stretch and the back stretch, and with his steering the way it is, it really does not help him. As you can see on that lap, he was really good at steering because he stayed wide until getting close to the corners, and now he actually has the lead over Limburner. Surprising.
Yeah, that is very surprising, and Chad Limburner makes some heavy contact with the turn 1 cone. That causes another caution here on lap 23. Bill Steinbach will be coming around. Looks like Limburner took his car into the pits to do some minor repairs after that hard contact. He's back onto the track. Here he comes looking for lane's choice. Bill Steinbach still moving when he arrives. He takes the inside lane. That works to his advantage, and they are side by side down the back straightaway.
I think he actually took the outside lane and crisscrossed before we could even see him, because that was really quick how he got that lead back.
Lap 25, 10 to go. These drivers are still battling it out hard for a win today. Nobody has the edge. There you have it. Chad Limburner pulls ahead of Bill Steinbach late in this one. They're going through turn. Oh, Limburner, some heavy contact with the turn 3 cone causes a caution here in lap 27.
Steinbach almost hit Limburner's rear end there, and that could have really been fatal.
A pretty clean restart for both of these drivers. Chad Limburner comes really high off of turn 2, nearly brushes the wall, and Bill Steinbach did in fact make some contact with the wall. More importantly, wrecks in turn number 1 on lap 29. Chad Limburner's, and that causes a red flag as the track maintenance team heads up towards turn 1.
The thing is, Steinbach, whenever he gets into a groove, there's some sort of caution or something, usually caused by his steering, and that kind of messes him up. Wow, that restart really messed him up there. Lap 30 there, he hits the cone. Coming out of that restart, trying to get the inside lane, he couldn't do it, though.
Yeah, this 5-lap shootout here at the end might just hurt his chances of winning. His car is really good on the long run. Chad Limburner is amazing on the short run. And as you can see, Limburner's really pulling ahead here. Bill Steinbach hits the turn 3 cone. He bounces off that into the turn 4 wall. That causes another caution here on lap 32. He dragged along the wall. Don't know what's going on there. He spins Chad Limburner in turn number 2. Instant replay. They come out of turn 2, and Bill Steinbach just spun Chad Limburner out. I don't think he wanted to spin him. I think he just wanted to rattle his cage and take the lead here.
Yeah, definitely. Steinbach wants to get the advantage here as we go around for the first of 3 green light checker attempts. Final lap, Limburner has a slight lead.
Going into turn 3, Bill Steinbach's giving it all he's got, but it's not enough. He made hard contact with the turn 3 cone, and Chad Limburner wins this race.
That will bring him to a tie in the points with Bill Steinbach, 38-38.
After a hot day of action here from Moon Speedway, we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you here on the Three Rivers RC Racing channel all season long.